Breaking news coming in from Kerala. Kerala Finance Minister K. Balagopal has written to Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on the grave financial crisis facing the state. The state finance minister has sought the centre's urgent intervention, specifically citing concerns over the borrowing ceiling for states. Vivek joining us for more on this. Vivek, give us the details of what the concerns of Kerala Finance Minister are.
Major concerns that's been raised by the finance minister is regarding the borrowing limits of the state. Remember earlier during the tenure of the first LDF government, Thomas Isaac, the then finance minister, has raised this issue with the central government, especially with the finance minister Nirmala Sitharaman regarding the borrowing limits. Now, KIFBI is an instrument that's been formed by the state government. The government has been, depending on KIFBI, Kerala Infrastructure Investment Development Board, for borrowing, especially borrowing bonds from foreign countries. And now that the central government has made it very, very clear that all such instrumentalities will be part of the borrowing limits of the state government, and the state government has to bear the financial liabilities. Now, all these things, all these borrowing which is being done by the state government will come as a state debt. Now, this will increase the financial burden on the state, and hence K. Balagopal, the finance minister, has written to Union Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, the finance minister of the country, to ensure that to exclude such borrowings, that is by instruments and instruments through bonds, that should not be included within the state debt, and that should be a separate entity. Now, the center and the state is going through a very rough patch at this point of time. There is a clear difference of opinion as far as borrowing limits are concerned. The CAG report has flagged this issue in 2021, and opposition leaders, especially the Congress leaders and the BJP, has raised this issue, saying that the state government is unnecessarily borrowing without following the RBI norms and regulations, and this would lead to a major debt like crisis what we see in Sri Lanka. And this has been raised by various financial experts in the state. And now that the state is now facing difficulties when it comes to paying salaries to various government employees of various government sectors like the KSEB and the KSRTC, which is already in a financial crisis. K. Balagopal has written this letter to Union Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on deciding the borrowing limits, and also to asking the finance minister to increase the borrowing limits. Remember, the state finance minister is saying that in this year itself, 7,000 crore is the amount which the central government has, not paid the state government, which is the dues which that is supposed to be paid. There is a reduction in the GST, GST money that's being given, and hence the center should reconsider the borrowing limits.
Yes. All right, Vivek, we leave it there. Thanks very much for joining us with those details. So, concerns being voiced by the Kerala Finance Minister in that letter to Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Some more breaking news coming in.